Hi, I'm Alison Kenyon, and I'm an artist and kind of a general quirky lady, I guess. And my one of my best girlfriends said you should start a YouTube channel. Um, and I don't know, I resisted, and then I thought I'd give it a try something different. So I'm just gonna freestyle, maybe talk about stuff while I paint. I don't know. I'll probably do lots of different things. I might take you around with me. You might meet my kiddo at some point. My dog. Hey, Millie, come here. You got to meet my dog. She goes with me everywhere. This is Millie. She's 4 pounds. She's 13 years old. She has 0 teeth. Those are her numbers. She used to be my grandma's dog, and I inherited her 3 years ago. And she's the best gift ever. And she's the sweetest. And she's such a friendly little chihuahua. People are always surprised how friendly she is. Anyway, that's Millie. You'll probably see her a lot more because she comes with me everywhere. But I just wanted to light some incense before I start. This is my favorite incense. It's Indian temple incense. This is my favorite. I usually would put on some music or something, but I use my phone to play music. And I can't run the video in the phone, sound, the music at the same time. So I'll figure something out later, but I'll just do no music for now. And I don't know, we'll just flow together for a while. I want to try and post something at least once a week, hopefully more often. And you know, to help me get started, you can like and subscribe and share if you end up finding it fun to hang out with me. You can share this with people that you think would enjoy it. My sort of, like I said, I don't really have a super plan for what I want to do. I'm going to freestyle, but one of the things I would really love to do is get a really nice microphone and have like some ASMR, you know, hear the sound of the brush and like the paint being mixed, and you know, those are such yummy sounds that I love, and I bet other people love them too. So I think that would be a really fun thing to do. This is a piece I've been working on for a while. I'm gonna put it down just a little bit. This is the Tower card, my interpretation of the Tower card from the tarot deck. And I'm recording this 2 days after the 2024 presidential election. And I am feeling very much called to work on this piece and get it finished so I can share it with the world. If you want to see more of my artwork, you can visit my website. That's www.alisonkenyonart.com. That's ALISONKENYON, AlisonKenyonart.com. You can see a bunch of my other artwork there. Some of my newest pieces aren't up there, aren't loaded onto the website yet. Like my most recent 3 pieces, I don't think. So I'll have to get around to doing that really soon. Of course, this piece isn't up yet. But anyway, I'll just start painting, and maybe I'll do some talk therapy on myself while I paint. Can get to know each other a little bit. I'll put the link for my website in the info for this video. Let's see. Gosh, I haven't painted in a minute because, well, not like my own work kind of painting, because I just finished a mural, and that was really fun, but it was a lot of work. It's October, well, in October. So like second to last week of October, I think, was when I was working on the mural. I did it in about 10 days by myself. It was 33 feet long and 11 feet tall. It was really cool. I'll try and get some good pictures of it to put on my website as well. I have a few other murals that I've done on my website. I need to get good pictures of that one though. But anyway, I've been working on a lot of really great fun projects, but just not sitting down at my own canvas. So this feels really nice. And I'm going to use my very expensive high-tech paint palette. It's a Frisbee. I don't know if where you are, if you have or have heard of it's a chain. It's called Beach Hut Deli. They just do, like Subway sandwich type things. But they serve it to you on a Frisbee. And I always keep you're allowed to keep the Frisbees. Not everybody does, but I always keep mine because I use them for paint. And I love my Frisbee paint palettes. So because I haven't worked on this for a while, I'm not even sure where I'm going to come in on this. I think I want to work on her face. So my this painting came to me one time. I was like, I don't know, just having an emotional time, struggling with some things and just sort of feeling like I was being broken down and sort of resonating with the tower card and feeling like I was the tower rather than the tower being the tower. And so I kind of came up with a sketch initially. I'll start off either by drawing on paper in a sketchbook, or a lot of times I will draw on in my iPad in Procreate. I use Procreate, and like I'll pull some reference images, or I do sometimes like go to ChatGPT to pull some reference images. Like if I can't find what I want, what I'm specifically looking for, like certain angles or certain kinds of lighting or things like that, I on like Pinterest or places where I would pull reference images, I will sometimes get ChatGPT to help me out, and then I take those and chop them up in Procreate and composite like several different things the way I want them, and chop them up and change them around and proportion them how I want and place them, and then I'll draw on top of it, get the coloring I want, the color palette, kind of get everything arranged how I want it, and then I can use that as my reference image, which is what I did for this one because I had a really clear vision of what I wanted. But I think I'm going to make her face blue. If you do go to my website and you see some of my other work, I probably pretty quickly noticed that I love using complementary colors. So I've got this, the orange and then the teal. Like kind of red, orange, and then a blue, green, teal color. I love those two colors together. So yeah, kind of after the election results 2 days ago, I thought, kind of feels like a tower moment, right? Like a make or break, like everything has to come down to be built again. I don't know. I know a lot of my female friends especially are pretty upset right now and scared, and I think a lot of people are feeling this. I like working, I did this kind of different from my usual way of working. Most of the stuff that I've done, I start with black gesso, and I do my canvas black and then build up lighter colors, like layering, you know, the next lightest but still very dark, and then a little lighter than that but still dark, and then lighter, lighter, lighter until I build all the way up to the lightest colors. I like working that way, but I didn't do that for this one. Kind of trying something else. A lot of my pieces are painted on fabric, like I buy pretty fabrics and then stretch those onto a frame and paint on top of those. I'll sketch my usually I do a lot of portraits of women, and so I'll sketch them in with chalk. So hopefully, I haven't done one of my portraits in a while. Maybe I'll do one of those again soon, so you can kind of see my process. It's kind of fun and interesting. So I'll sketch it in with chalk, and then put gesso on, black gesso on that. Leave the background the pretty fabric, and then build up the lighter colors on top of the black. And again, like with complementary colors. Like if the fabric's yellow, then I'll do a blue, or like orangey, I'll do a blue. Or if I've got red fabric, I'll do greens. It's pretty fun. I love working with complementary color combos, and also my portraits, they're pretty monochromatic, but very bright colors. Oh, see, I don't know. You probably can't hear from there, but I can hear the luscious little brush sound of my paintbrush against the canvas, and it's just so delightful, and I really do want to get a nice microphone. One of the new things I've been working on, or I just started, I should dig it out and show you at some point when it's time for me to go, because I have a kid. I'm a single mom, and my son is 13, and he loves to play D&D, and he is at D&D right now at the library. I live in Northern California in the Western Sierra foothills, kind of halfway between Lake Tahoe and Sacramento is where I'm located. And he plays at the library up here. So I gotta go get him in a little bit. So when my timer goes off, because otherwise I will completely lose track of time, especially since we just did the daylight saving time change thing. I have no concept of what time it is any these days. So I had to set a timer. When that goes off, before I sign off for the day, I will go get my sweatshirt, my black sweatshirt that I painted on with bleach, and it came out really cool. And I'll show you guys how that came out. It's pretty fun. I love, like I said, working monochromatically and working dark to light. It's like an interesting way of breaking your brain. I find it's a challenge that I kind of get off on because you're kind of painting. Usually we're doing additive right? When we're drawing or painting, we're doing additive, pigmentation or whatever, you know. So you've got white, you've got nothing, no color, and you're adding color. You're adding darkness, right? You're drawing with a pen or a pencil or paint or whatever. But when you are working on black, you're doing sort of subtractive. So everything that has a shadow, you're leaving blank. Like your darkest shadows are being left blank. And your brightest highlights are what's going to get the most pigmentation. And everything in between. So you're kind of building your shadows backwards. And it's, I don't know, I like the challenge of it. And I kind of started doing that through painting on velvet. So I have a few velvet paintings that I've done. And those are really fun. I did portraits of my grandparents because they were black and white photos. And I've done them for other people's family members who have passed as well. And it's pretty cool because you're working with a black and white photo, and so you're creating, I paint with like a iridescent white, it's kind of like a luminescent almost. I have them right here. These are both prints of it. The originals my sister has. Hey, Millie, what? It's just me. It's just me, honey. It's just me. But I'll show you an example of Grandpa. So the originals, you have the real luminance to them. They almost look like they're holograms or something. But this is just a print, so it doesn't have that. But it's pretty cool. This was painted on velvet originally, black velvet, and then I used like an iridescent white to build up the highlights. So you can see where, like, maybe this gray color, so I go around, I sketch with chalk again, and I'll go around and add just like the very lightest, like diluted paint to everything that's not going to be jet black. And then from there, I'll build up to the, the lighter and lighter and lighter highlights and stuff. So I like working that way. And so painting with bleach on black clothing is similar as well. You use the same technique. So this sweatshirt I just did is my first, but it came out really good because I have practice painting dark to light like that with subtractive. So right now it's really rough looking, her body, but the idea is she's gonna look sort of like the way lava looks when it cools on top, and then the hot lava underneath moves and cracks the cooled dark lava on the surface. That's sort of the idea here. So I wonder if, anyone else watching has friends who are feeling stressed, scared, sad, angry, defeated, hopeless, all that stuff right now. Just let's all take good care of each other. So yesterday was the first day after the election, and I wasn't feeling as messed up as some of my lady friends, but I was feeling weird, kind of surreal, like walking in a dream or a weird movie or something. And so So what I did to sort of ground myself was I was just out walking in nature, but like kind of in town. There's a lot of nature in my town. And so I was walking about, taking pictures of trees. I got some amazing pictures of bees, and I was not expecting bees this late. I mean, it's been quite cold here some nights, like in the upper 30s, you know? And I forgot what I was going to do here. Maybe I'll just put like an edge. I think I want light coming out of there. I don't remember now what they were. It's been a minute, like I said, since I worked on this. Yeah, so I came across this bush filled with bees. It had like these funny berries on it. They were kind of like the size and shape of cherries, but more round. Like, you know how cherries have like that sort of, those two, almost like two lobes and sort of the dip where the stem is. These are just like perfect spheres. And they have like little spikes on them, but they're red and orange. I don't know what they are, but there was also flowers on this bush as well. And the bees were just going crazy. The bush was filled with them. And it felt like a message from the universe, from my spirit team, my ancestors, you know, whatever, all those that are watching out for me. But to me, bees symbolize women, because all the bees out there doing the work are all female. So I was really resonating with that. And I was also really resonating with the fact that it seemed like it was too late in the season for bees. Like, I thought bees would be done for the rest of this year, right? But they're not. They're not done. They're like, but I haven't seen bees in a long time, like weeks, right? But it's almost like these bees came back, like there was more work to do, and they came back. That's what it felt like. That was sort of like the message I was getting. But also bees, to me, symbolize teamwork, collaboration, and helping the collective, right? Everyone's working for the collective, for the best of everybody. So that was sort of the download I got from the universe yesterday while I was out just trying to stay grounded and, you know, appreciate everything around us and have gratitude and joy and appreciate beauty. And it was a gorgeous day yesterday here. It was like that chill in the air, you know, and the sky was just electric blue. But then the trees are like in full foliage color right now, like bright reds and oranges and yellows, and just beautiful. And, you know, that chill in the air, but then the sun was still warm in the middle of the day. It was just gorgeous. And I was out walking with my little doggy and taking pictures of bees and fall foliage, basically, and then kind of walking around to a few different places in the area where I knew I would run into people that I care about, and just kind of giving hugs to people. And got some very profound, wordless hugs yesterday. It was kind of beautiful. A lot of people just sort of, you know, really feeling that, like, the way to get through this is to love one another. Like I said, I'm not as distraught as some of my friends are. I think maybe a few reasons. I mean, it's not like I don't understand what the dangers are, what the ramifications are, what's at stake. I absolutely do. But I don't know, I've been, over this past year, and especially like the last few months, really cultivating what do I want to say? Like observing without reacting. I think that's the terminology. You know, like really seeing and understanding what's going on without trying to not let it affect me. And I know that sounds kind of privileged. And as you know, I definitely feel this, and I've been calling out some of my straight white male friends on this, you know, like that sounds like privilege a bit. But I am concerned, and I'm down to fight if I need to, but I don't want to be reactive, and I don't want to let my feelings derail me from my purpose, or derail me from my focus, my grounding, my ability to live my life and do what needs to be done. Like I can observe those feelings, and and I let those feelings come yesterday. I mean, there was some crying for sure. It's not like I just want to stuff down my feelings and what's the word? Toxic positivity. Like I'm not down with that either. But I've been learning how to let the feelings flow through and not take me over, because I'm a person who has had a lot of experience with being consumed by my own emotions, and it's hard. Getting pretty much crippled and incapacitated by my emotions. And that's not productive. I can't, if there is stuff that needs to be done to fight for a cause, being completely shut down isn't going to help anything, right? I feel like the best I can do right now in this moment is love everybody, hold space for my friends who are more distraught than I am, and make art. That's my purpose, my divine purpose. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And hopefully, the idea is that my art can touch people, and I don't know. Art's important. I always say art is alchemy. So much can be transmuted through creative expression. Pain, heartache, indignation, righteous indignation. There's a lot of music. I just think of the 1960s, protest music, and and that whole genre, but joy too, and love. I'm not a very political person. I kind of spent the last few months, rather than like, I want to be informed. I want to be an informed person, but I'm not really interested in politics per se. And I'm definitely on a news fast. I really like blocked out all news for a long time, like at least a year. But then as this got closer, I wanted to understand things better, just where all the different sides are coming from, like the root of various ideologies and how we got here, the path we took to get here. So I decided, rather than, because the news just stresses me out, and I'm sure it does all of you. The news is meant to be stressful, right? They want people to have anxiety and anger because it generates viewership, and I don't know. I won't go all into that, but I just can't anymore. I can't do it. So I started listening to podcasts about like American history and things like that, and like biographies of various people who are sort of prominent right now, different players in the world stage, like listening to biographies about them, their whole life stories, and how they got where they are now, maybe even like changes in viewpoint that have, how their ideologies have morphed over time. So that's been, I feel like I came out of that little window of learning, rather than like the news vortex that just goes around and around. Actually brought me into, the election cycle with some more, feeling more circumspect and a little more grounded and calm about the whole thing. Also more terrified. When you really know history, you kind of can see what's coming down the pike. My favorite person these days is Heather Cox Richardson. She's a historian. She's a professor of American history. I forgot which college, but I love her, and I listened to several of her little like multi-part series. Like one was called The American Paradox. One was called The History of the Republican Party. And like they're all in like these 1 hour segments, so kind of easy to go through. And I listened to a lot of things like that while I was working on my mural. I just brought my little Bluetooth speaker and listened to history podcasts while I was working. But I feel like that also, I got to feel informed without getting spun out in the anxiety-inducing news cycle. I'm having a Bob Ross moment, feeling like Bob Ross. I feel like I should have a squirrel on my shoulder. If you have something you would like to see from me, please put that in the comments, because I'm brand new to having a channel. So yeah, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'm taking requests. Why not? Let's see. I would love to try all different stuff on this channel, because I'm pretty crafty. I like trying all different stuff. Sometimes a lot of my pieces have gold leaf. So sometimes I'm just adding gold leaf to things. It's fun. It's actually a really fun, kind of satisfying process. Lately I've been adding resin, like UV curing resin, to some pieces, and that's really fun. So yeah, I'd love to take you along on my journey while I try, make different weird stuff, like painting on sweatshirts. Another fun thing I like to do, I love, especially this fall, I've really been into it. Just going out on nature walks and harvesting different plants with various, spiritual or mystical or medicinal properties. Like collecting cedar and mugwort and yarrow and mullein and ginkgo, lavender. I have boatloads of stuff. Acorn. Ooh, I know what journey I'm going to take you on. I process acorns every fall. Usually last year and the year before, the harvest was terrible, so I didn't do it because it's so much work, and I didn't want to do all that work for like a very meager haul. But this year, oh boy, the acorns are just pouring. I just hear that. It's like almost like raining on the house all night long. I have buckets of them, and it's quite a process to get them ready to be eaten, but it's kind of fun and it's satisfying to watch. You gotta get the shells off. Sometimes I roast them to help them break open, to get the shells off, and then I grind up the nut meats, and then I boil them, simmer them in a big pot of water for a little while, and then I pour off the water and put fresh water, and then pour it off and fresh, and pour it off and fresh, until it gets the tannins out of the acorns. And then I put them on low heat in the oven. Those like ground, I guess it's like a coarse flour. Put that in the oven on low heat to dry, and then I pack it up and put it in the freezer, because I learned the hard way that it will get moldy really fast. if you don't put it in the freezer. And that was such a bummer because I did all that work one year and all my acorn flour went super moldy. And I was so bummed. Yeah, and then you can just use it like you would use any other kind of flour. Like I've made, oh, the pancakes are the best. I've made cookies, I've made muffins, I've made pancakes, I've made pie crust. The best. comments and leave me a message down there with like something you would like to see from me. Is there like an art, sorry, it's just gonna keep beeping, an art medium you want to see me try? Maybe something I haven't done before, or something that I'm not, that's like new to me, or I've only done a little bit, or if you have ideas, something you'd like to see me try, or something like something in my house you want to see, like more of the style of my place. I have a super cute little house. I'm kind of a mid-century modern girl. I like my MCM furniture and decor. I don't know what I'm going to do with that little transition edge. I might put some white here a little bit so that I can put I don't know. That was not what I wanted to do. I got all like hurried. And I need a little mistakey. Sometimes I can, if it's not too dry, if it hasn't dried already, I can like give that little piece off. It's like an eraser. Right, and then I can come in with a little, here's my yellow. Maybe I don't have yellow. I'll just do orange for now. I think my yellow's somewhere else. An ear. Probably not going to leave this color. I'll probably add yellow, like I said, but this will kind of give it a base that I can then add to. I also love mixing complementary colors together to like make a neutral, like the teal and the orange, to make this shadow. Looks cool. Makes the best neutrals, of course. This is a, what do you call it? Like a flow aid. I'm just going to put a little, oh, is it, oh, gone? Darn it. Well, never mind then. I'll try water. I was just going to try and blend this edge a little bit. Can get that blue in there. I'm going to figure out what the song is that's in my head so I can tell you later. Maybe I'll put it in the comments or something. Well, that'll have to be it for today. But good talk. Nice to meet you all. I hope that you will all come back, like and subscribe, and tell your friends, and leave a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see. Oh, let me get my sweatshirt. Where did I put it? I think it's out on my deck. Better get that because I want to wear it. Come with me. All right. I'm gonna turn off this annoying alarm. And let's get my sweatshirt. Here we go. It's only like 5:30 and it's pitch black out. It's so crazy. This time change. All right, got the sweatshirt. All right, here we go. You want to see? Let's put it. The light's gonna see it. All right, we'll flip this around. That's the sweatshirt. It's my first try, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Can't wait to wear it around town all winter. It's pretty cool. It's nice to meet you all. Happy to have you here. Hope you will come back. I will post again soon. Take care.